The Reds going?
The Reds going.
The Reds going, boys. Coleman, dudes, how are you? Welcome back to the studio. When was the last time we were here, Coleman?
I think it was World Juniors after like.
No.
Yeah, I think it was after the first game or something. Maybe the 27th after they lost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Time flies, man. That scares the hell out of me.
Man, summers went by real quick.
I thought you were here last week.
Nope. But yeah, time does fly by when you get older.
You can't be wishing summer goodbye right now, because I know what's around the corner for you. Bill's season, Jay's playoffs,
Hopefully.
the things that they what do they call it? Leaf season. That's around the corner as well.
That's a great part of the year coming up.
But
magical.
You just can't. You got to enjoy this part of your life. End of August. That's the dream team right there. That's the dream season.
And really, like the way our weather is now, September and October are pretty good too.
Well, so, not today, but yeah, hopefully.
Oh, rain this summer's been crazy.
That's what I was gonna say. Summer, it was like
wet season.
4 days of sun, and the rest was just either humidity or 300 millimeters of rain.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, the rain's been absolutely unreal.
You see the sub pump?
I did. I followed the line right up the driveway.
Thoughts?
What?
Thoughts?
It looks nice.
Yeah.
I guess what, she just gonna stay there, is it?
Apparently, it's dug 2 feet deep, so I'm gonna.
So what's that? So nothing gathers around the steps there?
Just goes down the driveway.
Nice. No, I love it. I think it's a great addition.
Appreciate it.
It's a good buy. Smart buy. It's a mature
buy.
buy.
You come home and everything's flooded. You can't be having
Did you have any problems with the rain?
Not compared to everyone else.
But
like,
I imagine you got
water comes in, yeah.
Okay, well, that's good then. Nice. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Got to move forward.
That's right.
The life of Tyler Coleman right now. You know, I was at Jack Astor's the other day. Your cousin was there.
Yeah, she told me. She texted me.
So the next morning I woke up and I go, I got to get Coleman on here.
She said that. She's like, yeah, I'm serving Belanger. I was like, did you tell him who you were? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Gave her a good tip.
That's what I said to her. I actually texted her. I was like, make sure he gives you a good tip. Tell me what he tipped you.
Yeah, I gave her a great tip.
She didn't tell me what you tipped her.
$3.83.
I mean, it's tight times right now, right? If you're getting anything, be lucky.
Isn't it?
And man, it's crazy.
There's nothing cheap right now. There's
No,
nothing
dude.
that's, I got a good deal on that.
Man.
You don't hear that anymore.
No, going to
never.
the liquor store is like a nightmare now.
Yeah, dude has washer toss tomorrow, and what'd you say? You said
I bought, what did I buy? Like 18 Cold Streams or something like that, and it cost me like $60.
Yeah, Cold Streams aren't cheap, man. What is it, like an 8-pack's like $20, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's.
Or is it a 6-pack, isn't it? I think
It's $25, I think.
Yeah, see, like Cold Streams are really good, though. I will say.
Yeah, I'm 100%. I love them. It's the only thing I'll drink, honestly.
Yeah, they're very good, every flavor. But man, the price of liquor is absolutely like, and it kills you in the summertime. Like I can go in the wintertime and like have a couple beer, but if it's a hot day and you get off work or like the weekend, I mean, they got you. And like we'll buy whoever the price is. Like
exactly,
we don't give a shit.
that's the problem.
That is the problem.
Then you go to other parts of the world, you get a tall boy for 50 cents. You're like, wait a sec.
Oh my god, I know.
You go to Toronto, like in a gas station, you can get a tall boy for $2.
Dude, I was in Pittsburgh in May for the Jays, and like it's comical. Like it's absolutely hilarious. Like minus the stadium, like they're still like pricey, but like it's like $5.99 for like a 6-pack of Corona. Oh, yeah. Like I think I had on my phone there was like a 48-pack at like their Costco down there for like $25.
Apparently, healthcare is really high here too because they know that we drink a ton.
Smoke, drink.
Yeah,
I mean,
like they take advantage of it.
No, we're getting absolutely destroyed down here. That's for sure. That's like it's crazy.
Taxes. I hit like 8 potholes on the way home today. Where's the money going?
Oh yeah,
the rain. Half the roads are gone. Wow. We pay the most in tax. This isn't a tax type of show, but
I mean, I don't know where. Like this is above my head, but I just know it costs a lot more than it used to, and that's kind of a pain in the ass. So yeah, it is what it is.
How about the quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers getting paid the most amount of money in the NFL, and he hasn't even won a Super Bowl?
Well, I think that's just the next quarterback up's going to be the next highest paid guy anyway. So it's just going to keep on. It's going to keep on changing.
L.A.
Yeah, well, yeah. The Chargers are comical too because they're always like half decent. They just never win.
So why do you give that guy the most money?
He's good. Like he's really good. Their coach is an idiot in my opinion, but I'm not. Like you ask any Chargers fan, I can't imagine many Chargers fans like, yeah, this guy's smart. He's an idiot. So I don't blame Herbert at all. But yeah, he's special. But I think the next quarterback that's going to come up is going to pay higher than him, and then because it's just more money every year, right? So
every year
the way it is, yeah. And it's been like that forever, except for Brady because he always take a little bit of a pay cut to stay in New England. And
what a weapon!
Yeah, exactly.
So the Crosby route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is there a salary cap in the NFL?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, there is. Well, MLB is the only one, but they have to pay a tax. Like even the NBA, you can go above the salary cap, just got to pay a luxury tax. So like NHL is the only one where it's like,
No.
yeah, exactly. It's
This
hard.
is what you got.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's no, you can't just buy guys out and kick them off the books. It's like no.
I was talking to some of my soccer buddies the other day about some of these contracts that the Saudi league is giving out.
Dude,
to
who was it? Tell me.
Ben.
No, not who you're talking. Ben Richardson?
Ben's the one who told me.
Yeah. No, who got offered the crazy contract and rejected it?
Well, half the names he threw out, I didn't understand. I don't know who they were, but Neymar was
Oh.
one of them.
Well, man, he's making like what, $2 million a week or something when you
No,
break
so
it down.
here's the thing. He has a deal within his contract that if he posts about him being in the Saudi Arabia having a good time,
Yeah.
Oh,
he gets
yeah.
$500,000.
A post or something
A
like
post. So think about that, dudes. You're hot, you're sweating your balls off in Saudi Arabia. You just want a casual €500,000, like 500,000 euros. All you have to do is post, hey, selfie, having a great time
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia. Come see me. 500K.
Man.
that. Dude, I'm pretty sure he got a mansion with maids.
Yeah,
like
the-
they gave him like 2 like sick ass cars. Like I'm
He
not,
didn't
like,
pay for it.
yeah, none of that was paid for. Like yeah, but when you break down his contract, it's like $2.9 million a week or something stupid.
Buddy, I post me having a good time for free all the time.
But you can get a buddy to come in and be like, here, you want some money? Like here,
100K just to
fucking
shoot a
post it.
video of me?
Oh my, well, imagine what a video would get.
I would just upload a long video to my story and
Yeah.
it breaks it down into 18 like
Just
clips.
post edit it and
There's
just
boom.
I
there's
would have $1
$20
billion. I would make way more and more than making posts, and like I would be posting the whole time.
How do you stay motivated after having that
That's
much
the
money in a
problem.
day?
That's the problem.
seems pretty easy to me to be motivated with that.
Well, I mean, I guess it all
Just to
depends how
wake
you
up.
look at it. Like, you just one life.
You won life on one post.
You have to- you don't have to
well,
do
just your whole
shit.
contract. So it's like, who cares if you win another soccer trophy again or whatever it may be? Like, honestly, I mean, he's probably won before Neymar. Like, I'm sure he's won. I don't know if he won a World Cup.
Honest,
but-
I don't know. So I don't know.
Yeah, but no, they offer that other kid there like a ridiculous amount of money, and he rejected because he doesn't want to go there. But like, it was something stupid, like absolutely stupid. I can't remember the kid's name. It's one of those names I can't pronounce it. He plays-
One of
he's a
those.
French guy. Well, I mean,
When
I
we were
can't do French names, man.
when we were having that conversation the other day, like when Ben was there, I had nothing to respond with some of the things he was saying about the contracts. You're there dumbfounded. You like you think he's lying. You're like, no, that's
Well, I
not
don't-
true.
Yeah, I don't think we can comprehend the money that's over there. Like they paid Phil Mickelson how much to never compete ever again in his life, just to come play on our tour, the Live Tour. Like look, those guys are getting paid that are never going to win. Like it's they just have crazy money, man. And now they want to get NFL. Like it could be something wild.
What, you think the NFL could move to the Saudi Arabia?
No, but if they got a Saudi Arabian owner, like that's what they were saying the next thing would be. Because I mean, you can do soccer, but like if you got an NFL team, that would be huge. Like an actual NFL team, like that'd be a monster for them.
In America, though.
Oh yeah, it'd be an American
say,
team
how are you
just
gonna have-
owned by them.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
If there's no cap, you pay guys whatever. You said, what is it, a luxury tax you have to pay? You
I
can
don't know
go
how.
over?
Yeah, the NFL. I'm not sure how much over, but the NFL, like, I'm sure just pretty much if you look at it, it's probably just like quarterbacks, receivers, couple defensive guys, because so many guys are on rookie contracts. So like the cap's probably huge, but like only a certain tier of guys are getting paid. Like you see the running backs right now.
No.
Well, they're not paying the running backs. So a bunch of running backs are sitting out. Like Zeke Elliott was just a free agent. Like Taylor, the kid from the Colts, like he might be sitting out because they don't want to pay. They just won't pay running backs because they say, well, man, after 4 or 5 years, how much more can your body really take?
They're toast.
Especially after 3 years of college, 3 years of high school, getting hit every time you touch the ball.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing for college. Are they getting paid now in
What, college kids? Yeah, NLA money.
Because if you think about it, if they're in college, they're definitely putting wear and tear on their body, and they're
Well,
not
dude,
getting
the
paid.
money that they're bringing into those schools for them not to get anything was absolutely insane.
Did you watch the Johnny Manziel
Oh,
documentary?
how good was that?
It was good, but I don't have sympathy for him.
No, of
like he didn't
course
go on
not.
there and go sorry about that. He just like it happened.
Like, at the end of the
He
day,
didn't-
like, yeah, like minus his whole, like, it looks like he might be dealing with some like mental health issues or whatnot. But like, other than that, I can't really feel bad for anybody that at the end of the day just walks away and they're rich as hell. Like, I mean, I can't feel bad for you. But no, he played it great. Like, he didn't give a shit. He didn't, like he said, he didn't think he was going to be an NFL quarterback. So why not just capitalize and make as much money as possible?
I've never seen it yet.
Oh, really? Spoiler alert.
Good chance I won't remember though what you
No,
said.
you
Yeah,
don't even-
no,
it's
it's-
not even a spoiler.
No, yeah,
alert.
it's really good.
You just, if you know who he is, you know what the documentary's about. There's nothing.
He's just
Yeah, that's true. Like, it's just pretty
Yeah,
much.
There's nothing
Yeah.
in
mean-
there that goes, whoa, didn't know that happened. It's just
and also like if you don't know who or a little bit about Johnny Manziel and you like sports at all, then it's like maybe you don't like sports, you know?
Yeah,
like
I
it's
think,
pretty
yeah.
obvious.
Well, this could be one where I don't even think you have to be a sports fan. It's just like a cool
He's
not
ma-
even cool, but just
weird
an interesting
guy.
story. Yeah, like just It's,
Well, they only make documentaries about people like that, right? Like,
yeah, it's never. That's very good. Well, it's a whole series. I think they did too. Not on him, but on like I think they did one on like.
quarterback.
Well,
No,
I didn't
it's-
watch that yet. Apparently, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Nah,
No?
I heard mixed reviews on it. Is it like? Can you like? Is it like bleeped out or like? Do they
No,
just,
it's legit.
Okay.
I don't care about that side of the thing. Like I don't care watching Mahomes in his kitchen
I don't
cooking
like
with his wife and
yeah,
kid.
Yeah, he has a
Like-
kid.
Yeah, I think he has like a daughter or something, and like they're celebrating his birthday, blowing up the candles, and the candles are made of gold, and you're just like, all right, what do we?
Yeah, I mean, if Josh was on, I'd watch it. But like, who was it? Mahomes,
Guy from Atlanta.
Desmond Ritter.
No.
They just got anybody. Who's Atlanta's? Oh, Carr.
No.
Where did Carr go?
You're asking the
was-
wrong guy, bud.
What's the name of it?
Quarterbacks.
That's just called quarterbacks.
Quarterback.
Oh, is it quarterback?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I didn't see
Quarterback.
Netflix.
Netflix.
I don't know shit about football, man.
it. Really?
I know when I play football and like video games and stuff, I just go Hail Mary.
So the guy
Four
from
streaks.
yeah.
Verticals.
So the guy from Atlanta,
Is
number 1.
you sure it's not Ritter?
It doesn't. I'm just having the guy from Minnesota.
Oh, Cousins. Yes, I knew that. I've seen
Yeah.
something. I thought apparently a couple of his
it's,
stuff is pretty cool.
Mariota. Yeah.
Oh, Mariota.
Mariota.
Yes. Okay, that's interesting.
But I don't know, man. The quarterback position, they're interesting dudes. Have you watched Hard Knocks?
Oh yeah.
Like I don't
Hard
really know
Knocks.
who. Like I obviously I know who. Obviously I know who Aaron Rodgers is, but they're different characters. They're almost like goalies. They're just different.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask
Yeah.
you.
They're different breeds of people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't.
Oh, I think you have to have like such like, I don't know, like you're, especially in football, like your quarterback's no good or like he has a bad game, you lose most of the time.
Yeah.
So like it does take a special. It's almost like a closing pitcher, like in baseball. I think would be the same thing. Like just that want to come out with the game on the line, like that type of stuff. It is a different breed. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on you, dude, especially at the pro level to be a quarterback.
It's interesting how football's a team sport, but a quarterback, I don't know.
It's so weird because like you need everybody to pull their weight to be good. Like one guy misses this assignment over here, blows the whole play up. But like you're still nothing without a quarterback. So it's like it's crazy. It's weird like that. Like hockey, you can win without necessarily top line center, maybe without like an elite goaltender, without like crazy defense. But like football, you need that quarterback, or else you're not going to win.
Yeah, and he's very when I was watching Hard Knocks, you can tell he's very like he has a swagger about him for sure, a confidence
Aaron
about
Rodgers?
him.
Oh yeah,
But it's hard to explain. I guess you just have to watch. Just a different cat.
dude,
just a
have you
different...
seen like some of the stuff like he's been doing in the off seasons?
No.
Like going to like retreats with like no power, no nothing, like just staying in the dark for like in cabins. No, he's like an interesting dude. Like I don't know, interesting is the word. That might be just being polite. But like, what's that stuff there? That
ayahuasca?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. He went on a big like a weekend with doing that stuff because he said it connects him and all that stuff. Like
Yeah,
he's a
well,
very
fair enough.
yeah, like he's a very like he's not just your run of the mill quarterback. That's just like a football junkie. Like he's a very interesting dude. He's dated a lot of Hollywood celebrities too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That automatically makes them interesting.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go.
You know?
He's
Most
got-
people, anyways.
That's-
Like the outside looking in, that's what they're.
Well, that's true.
You know.
Well, that's how you get a lot of people that aren't necessarily football fans, like knowing who.
Well, that's
football
it. That's
players
why
are.
they shoot those type of
Yeah,
things, right?
Exactly.
What I was going to say about the quarterback position, about being like goalies, because that's what I was going to ask. Is they are kind of secluded though, like goalies. You know, like goalies are always back there by themselves. That's why they say, oh, they're interesting. It's like, well, they spend hopefully 90% of the game with nobody.
Well, yeah.
And quarterback, yeah, you're in on calling the plays and stuff, but you're out there, you get the ball, and the idea is for everybody to stay away from you,
Yeah.
so that you can hit your guys. So it's like they are kind of in their own world, like goalies, and they have to be in a different mindset or headspace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of it does rely on them, like you said.
Oh,
So
100%. Yeah, it's just a different mindset than the normal, just the average guy, like who just plays an average position in any sport, right? Like, and like you said, they were the goalie. Like, I mean, I'm sure the goalie's not dealing with anybody during the game. He might like have a chit chat with his backup goalie, right? And I mean, same with the quarterback when he comes on the sideline. I mean, he might say some stuff to the receivers, the offensive line, or like, "What do you guys see?" and all that. But mostly just sitting there with an iPad, or and his offensive coordinator is with them, like, "What do you see?" and all that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would guess with those guys, there's probably a lot more like one-on-one relationships with guys.
yeah, definitely.
Opposed to like plus the
Big
QB
groups.
room. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right? QB room's only what, 3 guys?
Yeah.
You're sitting there with your 2 coaches
And there's
just-
50 some guys on the
Exactly,
roster,
right?
like.
Yeah, so yeah, they're a special breed, that's for sure.
What's the latest drama in Bills land?
Well, not a whole lot right now. I mean, gotta wait a little longer here. I know the receiving core took a little bit of a beating last year and was, was the downfall for a lot of things people said. And same with the running game. They haven't really upgraded the running game a whole lot, but they got the Cook younger brother. I don't know who Dalvin Cook is. Mm-hmm. Do you know who Dalvin Cook is? Name. Yeah, so they got his younger brother. So hopefully he takes a step forward because he was good when he got balls last year, or touches, I should say. Oh. They drafted a tight end who they say resembles just like Travis Kelce.
Really?
So that could be a huge upgrade to the offense. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, the Jets are really good. The Dolphins are really good. Like, the divisions.
The Jets are finally good?
Oh, dude, Aaron Rodgers. Like, they brought in a couple receivers. Like, yeah. You know who Aaron Rodgers is, so he's good.
Well, I thought is the Honey Badger still going?
No, he's probably retired for a couple of years, I would imagine now.
Got to get him on here.
Yeah, can you imagine getting him on? No, so yeah, the division's stacked. The whole conference is stacked. Like, you got Cincinnati and Kansas City. So, yeah, I mean, until you beat one of those two teams, but it's going to be a very tough year for them.
Is it going to be a fun year to watch football?
It might be more stressful as a Bills fan because, I mean, last couple of years you kind of knew you were going to win the division, but now that's not a guarantee. And I mean, Cincinnati's incredible, Kansas City's incredible, so
they sound like the Jays in a shit.
Well, it's almost like that with the Jays
really
like over division. The years. Exactly. So I think they definitely can win the division. I'm not saying that, but how much further can they beat Cincinnati or Kansas City? I don't know. We'll have to find out, I hope.
So there's a lot up in the air is what you're saying.
Yeah, a lot of guys returned, though, in the defense who missed a lot of time last year.
So they could be healthy, ready to go.
And that's how football is, at the end of the day. How many guys can stay healthy, get to the end of it? I mean, you lose your quarterback, you're done anyway, so.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What are you guys' thoughts on the whole blindside situation?
Oh,
man. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. I feel like he might be trying to get something out of this.
You don't think they don't think they adopted him just to try to make some money off him?
Well, I just heard like some stuff from the Ole Miss coaching staff who was there.
Michael Orr.
Yeah, and like Michael Orr situation, and they were saying like, I don't know what would happen behind the scenes, but we seen a family that like took him in and all that. Apparently, that family said they're going to cancel the conservatorship or like cut it off or whatever. So it's like I don't know if the reports are true that he went up to himself. I won't go private if you give me $15 million. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we've all seen the documentary Broke, have we?
What documentary?
ESPN, okay, we haven't.
No. There's a documentary coming out?
No, ESPN did a documentary. Like, their E60s?
Yeah, really well done.
Yeah, so they done one, like, I don't know, it's probably a while ago now. It's called Broke. And it's like,
I have seen that.
Dude, yeah, so you've seen it. So,
I've seen some episodes.
Yeah, so so I don't know, like, you kind of see how easy some of these guys do end up going through their money and all that stuff. So I don't know if he went through a lot of his money or whatnot, but the whole thing seems kind of...
Broke.
Yeah, the documentary's sick. But I don't know what happened there.
Well, that's the thing. You know, those guys come from...
Well, what sucks, too, it's such an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of wish it was, like, spot on.
There's people, like, trying to boycott Sandra Bullock.
I don't understand that.
She wasn't even...
Yeah, she's an actress, dude.
Yeah, I gotta get that stuff.
I hate Sandra Bullock. She's awful.
Yeah.
Give Michael Orr's money back.
Give Michael Orr's money back. Oh man, my problem with the whole situation is I just don't know who to believe anymore.
Well, that's exactly it.
Like 7 million different people posted, but I do know that right away when I read that the other day, and when I went on Netflix for my nightly search, The Blind Side was pretty highly recommended up there. So I'm pretty sure people are going back to watch it, and you're doing exactly what Belly says. Like, goddamn Sandra Bullock,
right.
Well,
she shouldn't be acting.
The funny thing about it is that the more popular it gets, the more the family's gonna make.
That's right.
They're gonna make more money.
Well, I heard a thing on a podcast too that apparently Michael Orr had a book come out like so many years ago, and in the book it says that he knew it was a conservatorship, not an adoption. And then
that's what blows me
a couple
away.
Weeks ago that he just found out now that it wasn't actually an adoption.
That's
how do you not? How many years ago did that movie come out?
Well, apparently he always hated the movie.
Either way, it's making money.
Oh,
how do you go into that
movie's been
contract
a while.
of taking your story and not have any money coming into your bank account from it? That's what blows me.
And he made...
That's right, because like you said, the popularity of that movie, like people are still watching it.
Yeah.
Well, every time it gets played or something, like it has to be a
royalties.
Kick. Yeah, something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know what happened there. I don't know. Like I said, it was an awesome movie. You wish the whole story was. Well, maybe it was true, and maybe he's just pissed off now and is just
sucking.
Yeah, exactly. Wants money.
It's all spade to spade.
It's crazy to think that there's families out there that adopt these children to benefit financially off them in football. or other sports in
Well,
America.
the thing is with this family's already loaded before this.
Oh yeah,
Like loaded. So I don't know if that was their.
but there,
main
no,
goal.
no. But there's other
Oh,
like you know remember
100%.
the scene where
Oh,
like
yeah.
the NCAA brought Michael Owen to the room and they were like, so you know how did they treat you? Like
Yeah.
did they give you a room? Did they make you sleep on the couch? Do you think that they just adopted you to financially benefit from you? He's like, no, they're my real family. But the only reason that investigation happened was because it's happened in the past where
Yes,
other families like
exactly.
adopt these.
Oh, those schools down there are so crazy. You get
just
a
like,
crazy
whoa.
booster who's like.
Do whatever it takes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Friday Night Lights.
Dude, that stuff's like legit. Like they're insane down there in the South when it comes to football.
Yeah.
Like it's a totally different.
Texas.
Oh,
It's a
dude,
religion.
Exactly. It's a religion.
Yeah.
You got the Southeast, like the SEC conference, like it's insane.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like I know how people are around here with hockey.
Yeah.
But they're not like religious crazy with it. They're just
No, dude.
my kid
Yeah.
has to make the NHL. If he doesn't, I'm just going to be upset for a couple weeks. So down there, whoo,
No, it's insane.
they
Like,
put things on their lawn.
well, it's just the money that these people just give back to the school for the football program
Yep.
and stuff like that. Like even if you didn't play football, it's like that's my school. Like, but I mean, the football program's raking so much money down there. It's insane.
Such a big business model
Oh,
in the
it's
States,
unreal.
man. Like, it's nuts.
And now with the NIL, like it's just free money. Like it's
What's the
absolutely-
NIL?
So players can now get paid for doing like
Oh, the
commercials,
NCAA.
advertisements, and all that stuff, right? So now, I mean, you got kids like doing car commercials, you know.
Can't even drive yet.
Yeah, well, in Alabama, and like for a car commercial, buddy's probably giving them like $100,000. Like, here's $100,000 to do a car commercial.
We'll
when
give you a
it's,
car
like,
in 3 years when you can drive.
Me and dudes go do that car commercial. We're getting like $50, right? So I mean, these guys get. So it's just crazy now because now the players. I mean, you can have anybody necessarily not even know where where this money's coming from. Like in Miami's in a little bit of trouble right now. They had a booster.
The
And this guy's
University of Miami?
Yeah, and this guy was a bit of a sleazeball, and like people don't know where his money was necessarily coming from, and all this stuff. So,
Oh, they're just catching on to those things now?
well, that's just it, right? And I mean, there's certain parts of the country where, like Miami, seems like a prime thing. If you have some guys that love the school,
Yeah, oh yeah. Do the bath. Hey, right.
Miami seems like the place. Yeah.
I mean, we know it was coming off some of those boats in the dark. So,
Yeah, all you gotta do is watch every couple shows on Netflix, man. Something
That's
about
right.
it,
There's
right?
something coming in through the port.
what
of
is there
Miami.
like
Yep.
110 cocaine cowboy shows now?
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
Yeah,
my
they're on episode
God.
like 30. They're up there.
Yeah, they're like, but no, it's yeah. So I mean, some hairy situations definitely.
sure.
College.
College football.
Yeah, but I love it. So
Yeah, there's some really good like YouTube mixes of it. Like
there's
like a college
nothing.
promo.
dude, there's nothing
Yeah.
better than waking up
Oh.
Saturday morning knowing there's going to be a great slate of games.
I wish
just
I
betting
had
college football.
I wish I had the love for it because I'm jealous of the people that like it because it looks like they're having more fun than me than when I'm watching hockey.
Oh.
They look at it and they like when you guys do your fantasy football, like I look at my buddy Jasper and when he talks about it while we're golfing, he looks like a 12-year-old kid again. Like I don't have that excitement for hockey. I love hockey.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's the GM of an NFL team.
No,
Like
some
he
people
really
with their
thinks
fantasy teams, yeah,
like he
like-
believes it.
I don't get like I like gambling. I don't mind fantasy, but there's some people when it comes to fantasy that's just like that's all they do come football season. Like it's all they do is just like I love to know the hours on their fantasy app just trying to make moves, pick up guys, trade players. It's like I can't do that.
They look
man.
like they're having a great time. They look
Yeah.
like little kids
Oh, they
again.
love it,
just,
dude.
just
They love it.
There's a
Like-
reason they call it fantasy.
Exactly. Yeah. Well,
fantasy
dudes-
football.
Dudes have like 10, 15 teams going sometimes. It's
Yeah.
like I can't
That's a full-time job.
do
It 100% is. I
I
had 4 or 5 teams going one season on like 3 or 4 leagues, and it was just like,
Oh.
it's just absolutely insane.
You give me
I
one
can't
money
do it.
league, and we'll just focus on a money league. But like, I can't be doing like 3 or 4 leagues. Like the one good thing with football, at least it's normally all played on Sunday, so it's like
Yeah.
What is it? Red zone. Put red zone on and just.
well, yeah, Bills and then red zone on another TV, and then maybe another game you gambled on. Red zone's so sick. Like, do you watch red zone, Belange?
Yeah, Jeff's kind of getting me honest.
Another game.
Because
I gambled
because
on.
he's walking me through this thing where I tried to watch a game and I kind of just something else is on, but he's like, okay, don't watch a game, watch red zone.
Yes,
And
'cause it's all action.
It's all action. So I kind of like the red zone,
Yes.
but I'm a guy that likes to cheer for something.
That's what I was gonna say. Who you cheer for? Red
You
zone.
know, when it's two teams, I don't even
Just cheer for the app.
the Buccaneers versus Tennessee.
Yeah, like,
Well, that's like golf when it's like a shitty field. It's like I'm just cheering for the course. I just want them all just to blow up and I just want to see mayhem. Like that's why I love the U.S. Open. But like when you're watching, so other than you can watch golf, but other than hockey, Is there a sport that you'll watch start to finish? Minus it being like a championship game or like...
Well, I was going to answer baseball, but that's only playoffs.
Well, playoffs is fine. Playoffs is, like, if it's not the Jays, you'll watch like another 2 teams.
Yeah,
Okay.
baseball for sure. Basketball in the playoffs as well. But
Yeah,
that was only when that was only
The playoffs of basketball starts so late at night, man.
yeah. It's when the Raptors were there, I definitely
That was
watched
totally different,
start
yeah.
to beginning.
Yeah.
No, I think it's only hockey, and then when it's golf, it's usually only on Sundays, and they start the broadcast usually on Sunday at
Yeah, like 4
the
or
fifth
3. Yeah,
hole.
exactly. So you don't have a favorite team, pretty much anything like that.
That's
No.
I don't. I just love to compete. I love what I love.
I love that you said that because I seen you guys the golfing.
You
And
talking
the Penn Hills, the Max
yeah.
thing. And I thought it was absolutely ridiculous, just knowing Dudley like my whole life. That Dudley was being the guy that was trying to calm Balaji down. Like,
Come
dude,
on.
Yeah, dude is the guy like, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I never even thought of it
It's
from
like,
that
Me either.
Really? It's
Now I'm
coming
pissed
from
off.
perspective.
Dudley?
I'm gonna throw my club in the pond, dude.
I'm actually rattled
I
right
was like,
now.
man, he's probably feeding off Dudley right now. But no, like for Dudley to be the cooler of the heads and like try to
No, I can't.
calm down. It's okay. There we go. We're good. We're good. It's like, wow.
There's 3 more of us,
Yeah.
man.
I just love
Yeah,
competing because
exactly.
it's we all know what it comes out of a person. It's not like that's the thing I love about sports. You kind of get to become a superhero, not a human. You can't
Yeah.
act the way you act on the ice
Yeah.
in an office at a 9-to-5 job, and that's what I
Bingo.
love. You know, I just love. Hence why that conversation the other day with Ben about soccer and all the money they're making. I'm like, there's no way in hell these guys care about the game and
Not
want to
at
win.
all.
True.
That's why I think hockey is still, I've played it my whole life, but, I'm sure those guys want to get paid more. But the fact that, a pretty good guy, he's making 2-3 mil, I'm sure he's motivated to make a little bit more money.
Yeah.
There's still that motivation, that itch to make more money
Well, you
for
can
those
almost
guys
comprehend
in the
those
NHL.
kind of numbers, but when you see like NFL guys and like even NBA guys, like Dylan Brooks, guy gets like the Canadian kid who made fun
Yeah.
of LeBron, and LeBron just cooked him and eliminated him. He got $22 million a year. Like that's insane to me. But yeah, that's why with hockey, it's almost like, yeah, it's a little more modest, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Modest is a good word to use.
yeah. But I know it's just numbers we can easily keep track of. It's like, okay, I can remember what he's kind of making, but like when you start throwing, this guy's making 22, this guy's making 25. It's like, holy shit, it's too much.
Ego too, like guys
Oh,
that are
big
guys
time.
that have these egos with the millions. It's
Yeah.
tough to cheer for that. It's tough to cheer for that.
100%.
But hockey,
Well, hockey-
that character is there from an early age of pee-wee. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
if you're
that's the
making
thing.
millions or,
Yeah.
or not. You can't fake your way around the ice.
Well,
and if
hockey's
you
like-
do, you get exposed. Just like Dubois on that one shift in Winnipeg. You're just coasting.
Oh,
Boom.
Columbus. Well, yeah,
Got,
the one
or
in
in Columbus,
too,
and
yeah.
you just got called out just like
Yep.
that. Like
Yep.
if you're doing whatever through hockey, you'll get called out quickly.
Oh,
But-
and your teammates will be
Yeah,
on
all
your
over.
heartbeat.
If
It's
not before that, you know?
yeah.
Well, it's like hockey's the only sport where their guys don't try to make a brand, like a personal brand.
Yeah.
It's not like they're trying to build up a personal brand. Like every other sport, you see like team superstar, 2 or 3 of them trying to build up their personal brand. Like they got their own logos, they got their own this, they got their own that. But it's like hockey guys, it's almost like that's frowned upon. They even try to promote something that's just you.
Well, that's the big
not
debate.
the team.
That's the big debate
Yeah.
with hockey. It's hockey needs to grow and be this big
Yeah.
thing where they need to get personality, which I agree with from time to time. But there's a part of hockey that I absolutely love where the guy doesn't want to talk to the camera. He just wants to keep his head
Yeah.
down and keep working.
And I'm okay
because they
with
got
the
Philly
guys
the next day.
that want to joke
know?
around and be funny and all that stuff because you need those guys. Like imagine this guy in front of a camera all the time. Like if there was like he's in front of a, like playing pro hockey, right? Like, but it's the guys that I just think it's all about them outside the rink. It's like okay, that's a little much, but like the guys are just always posting photos and like the ones I get a kick out of the gym workouts in the off season. It's like isn't that what you're supposed to be doing?
Complete joke.
Like honest to God,
Yeah.
it's crazy to me.
But that's the general public. We're fooled.
Yeah.
Oh look, Max Domi, he's doing bench press. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
Cup's
That's
coming to
what's gonna
Toronto.
take it, yeah.
Is that 2 plates on that bench press? Oh yeah, we're getting the cup. We're sweeping. We're just gullible.
Why
We
has
just,
he been doing that? Has he been doing new plates?
I don't know. I just
I'll tell you if he is, I'm happy. I'm happy.
you don't want to see a guy doing bench press.
No,
You do legs. You
I
do
won
squat.
Yeah, I won 20 goals from him.
PK was the king of that when he played the
Oh,
workout
the-
video.
Yeah.
That he had no shirt. He had the spandex on. He's there doing the ropes.
Okay, congrats.
Oh,
Get a 10-second shot here, boys.
yeah. Devil's country. I'm ready. Everyone's like, let's go. He's ready. He's doing this.
He was never ready. He was done.
He was bound for the media, I think, for a long time because he does great in that. Like he's good at
100%.
doing all that stuff in the media and the marketing and getting people out to the games and building the brand. I think he's really good at that.
Well, he'll be one of those guys that people, when in his playing career, people didn't like him for his antics, and then now, once all those people are just watching him, he'll become everybody's favorite analyst.
Yep.
He's going to have a personality.
Yeah, well, it's not personality. It is personality, yes, for a lot of people. But for me, and maybe for you guys, it's facts that I don't necessarily know. I hate when I watch a broadcast and they're telling me things that I know. That's what I loved about Don Cherry. He's telling me things about elbow pads. You know,
Yeah, man.
he was just telling me things that I just didn't know. Like, I know hockey. We all know hockey here. But there's another level, I think, of hockey that maybe we're not too aware of. And he brought that out of pro hockey, and he broke down clips, even though you didn't understand what he was saying half the time.
Half the time.
Most of the time.
Well, if it wasn't an English name, you were just,
but which made it even better. He just didn't care. He just kind of went with it.
No, and it's funny too because like it's almost like that with hockey. Like, I don't know, like
everyone on TV is scared.
you almost have to, if you want to track the viewers. I think that's why the diehard hockey fans always bitch and complain about the intermission reports.
Yeah.
But it's like, how can you get just a casual hockey fan or just someone who just wants to watch hockey on TV be dialed in for an intermission report if you're just throwing stuff at them where it's like, what is he talking about? So it's almost like a fine line for those guys to walk. And I think Don, just because he had so much, like everybody just wanted to see him, just like, what was he going to say?
Yeah.
So everybody watched Don.
Yeah.
But there's like, I can't even think of like, I don't know. The guys on TNT with Biz are pretty good now.
Yeah.
If you get a stream of those guys,
Yeah, they
watch
are.
the game,
Yeah.
they're good. But like, there's no intermission show where it's like, oh, I got to watch these guys. Like basketball, Barkley and like Shaq and them.
They're the best panel
Exactly.
on TV.
You'll sit there during halftime and watch them. Hockey, it's like I'm flicking through, putting another game on to the
Well, it's just not hockey's time yet. We'll have a guy like.
Well,
I like
we
this,
just don't have a guy right
I like
now.
Kevin Bieksa.
man, that's what I was going to say.
like
But you
him.
remember hockey tried to do it, man. They had like Cabby and like Jerry D doing those interviews and stuff. Like, I don't know if they tried to do it,
Score,
but
yeah,
like
that's right.
Cabby on the street and like all that stuff. But
I'm
it's
talking
just like,
more like intermission, like Hockey Night in Canada, though. I'm not talking like the funny side. I'm talking about like the guy telling me things I don't know.
Well, it's going to have to be like a newly retired player that had like, I think Joe Thornton would be hilarious on a panel.
maybe I don't really.
Like hilarious because apparently like he's just one of the funniest dudes ever.
And like I know, like it's tough to be on TV, and it's just tough in general to be on TV and not be nervous, man.
Well, it almost goes to what you say about like hockey players being so like about team. Is like maybe like these guys get older, they just like literally half of them just don't have a personality. Like,
Maybe not.
Gretzky's not good on the panel.
No.
Like he's just there because he's Gretzky.
Well, yeah, he's gonna
And
sell the
Chelios
show.
and Messier are like on the ESPN one, like they're not good at either. So it's hard, man. Like there is not many good hockey panels.
It's interesting. Like if you're good at hockey, and if you're great at hockey, you're great at hockey, and that's pretty much it.
Well, it's like Gretzky coach, and it's like, dude,
Well,
you're
yeah.
seeing things that like no one sees.
Or will ever.
Yeah, so it's like I can't. I forget who was telling that story. I don't know if they were on.
Witt
Spit
said
and
that
Chiclet.
about Sid.
Oh, was it?
Sid
Yeah.
was like yelling at the
That's
defenseman.
exactly what it was.
And he was like, "Guys, come on, yada yada yada." And Witt said he yelled back like, "Sid, we don't know what you're talking about. No one sees what you're talking about. No one knows what the hell you're talking about." And he's like, that's the same as Gretzky. No one. He could try to coach. He could try to relay. He could try. Just no one knows what you're talking
Exactly.
about.
I'm sure there was, but like, has there any been like superstar players turned coaches?
Man.
Like, have any of the coaches been?
The best
superstar
coaches are in
players?
the A.
Yeah.
The best coaches had. You go. If
In the AHL?
I think
Yeah.
the best coaches
Yeah.
had like like Laviolette, not a great coach, but a good coach,
exactly.
had like 4 games played in the NHL.
No, yeah. I thought you meant guys in the HL right now, but no, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
who's that other guy for Pittsburgh that won the
Sullivan?
cup there? No, not Sullivan. The one before him, Bilesma.
Bilesma.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
coach. We played in the A. Had a couple years in the NHL.
Yeah, like, I
but
wonder-
it's the A guys. It's those guys
good-
in the A.
Now, I'm sure back in the day, like when there was the original 6, I'm sure there was nobody to choose from, so it was probably all former players that were stars. But yeah, like nowadays, like I just like, was Pat Quinn a sick player?
That's really got me thinking, Belly. Now about the
I'm
coaching
trying to go through the
situation.
coaches right
Yeah,
quick
it's
in my
been-
head.
Yeah.
Apparently, Pat Quinn was an absolute legend.
He almost killed Bob Orr.
Steve Kroll has a good story about he
yeah.
told it on the pod. They were up at like a coaching clinic in Calgary, and Pat Quinn was his neighbor. Like, these hotel door rooms that have the door in the middle.
Yeah, yes.
So apparently he knocked on the door and was like, "All right, what's your name?" He goes, "I'm Steve Kroll." And Steve's like, and Pat Quinn's like, "Where are you from, Steve?" He goes, "Nova Scotia, like the Maritimes." He goes, "Oh, you're one of those Maritime fellas, all right? Well, there's going to be no partying. There's going to be no drinking. We're going to be in bed by 8. I don't want to hear a thing from this side of the room." And Steve's like, all right, sounds good. Shuts the door. He's like, man, Pat Quinn's a dick. So he's like 5 minutes later, he's just trying to be quiet, sitting on his bed. He gets a knock at the front of his door. It's Pat Quinn with like a Hawaiian Layla around with a 2-4 of beer. Just like, what's going on, buddy? Let's grab a couple of beers. Just completely got him. He's like, Pat Quinn's a dick. 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. What's going on? I just got a couple beers in here. Tell me about the Maritimes. Where are you from? You know, just
That's legendary stuff.
Yeah, like he was. Well, like me and Duda, like our teams that we grew up cheering for, the Maple Leafs. It was like Pat Quinn was the coach, and the GM. It was like the big Irishman, and like apparently, like I've never seen him in person, but he was just like a humongous dude. Like huge,
like physically?
huge, yeah,
Oh,
he was
yeah.
like huge dude.
like an Irishman. Yeah.
Yeah, so like no, but yeah, that's a good story because I would scare the shit out of me Pat Quinn giving me that shit in the hotel
Oh my
room.
god! Even if I wasn't at the coaching conference.
No, yeah, he gives you the sideway look. You better
I'm
cross
good.
the street.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But no, that the hockey characters are good. The coaches are not good players, but
Not good player.
Well, that's what I was going to
Better than
say
me, though.
earlier, because you said, are there any superstar coaches? And I've thought about this a bunch of times because they tried Gretzky in Arizona.
Yeah.
Just wasn't a great coach. All these superstar players, they just don't. They spend so much time on the ice because they're so good. So I feel like that's why like the enforcers and like the fourth liners are always the best coaches, because not only are you now hearing because if you guys are on the ice and I'm sitting on the bench, which is probably accurate, he's yelling at you guys to fix something that you did. I'm seeing the mistake, but I'm hearing the correction, right? So you're doing that all game for the most part if you're just sitting there until you're out there fighting, right? So now you're hearing the game, you're hearing the corrections, and then you hear the interactions after when they come back to fix it, and then you see that fix. So now you understand the game a lot better just by sitting there and hearing all the sounds of the game. That's my theory
that's
anyways.
Very good point. It's and to build off that, it's like I think that's why you see so many goalies and backup goalies that are analysts now in hockey. Because just what Dooley was saying there.
yeah,
That's a very good point.
that is a good point. You're seeing it from a different
And
perspective,
hearing it.
And you're seeing it fixed.
rather than being in it.
That's
Yes,
right, because
exactly.
when you're out there on the ice, you're
You don't give a
reacting,
shit.
right? It's reactionary stuff. You know the basic of your systems, but like Gretzky, man, he was passing to himself. Like you can't just expect a guy to read that, you know. Like you said about Witt, like we don't know what you're talking
Exactly.
about, man. Like we don't see it like you
Well,
do.
it's like McDavid. Like he could, like, what would he tell players? Like, no one can skate like you.
Yeah,
So it's like when you're saying like, hey, you can split him there. It's like, no, I can't. Like, you can't. Not even close.
yeah,
That's McDavid's biggest problem right now. Can't play with anyone.
yeah. Well,
I think he's too
That's
quick.
a weird team. Man.
I don't know. That Edmonton market. He is a very, 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 very quick player. Hands, skate, IQ, shiftiness. Think about it. We all know good hockey players. Unless, how are you supposed to?
Well, you can only have like a certain. That pool is so small. The guys you can find to play with him just because of that. Like you can't. That's why I give Drysdale like so impressive. It's like the fact that he just like keep up out there with them and just like the pass they make back and forth. But like you said, I think that's a problem. That's why you could put anybody with Sid and he'd make them better. But I don't know if
different
McDavid
styles.
necessarily. Yeah, that's what I'm saying because McDavid is so explosive. It's like he doesn't know. I don't think he's necessarily slowing the game down.
Well, so I think Sid's the best player, the best all-around player of all time.
Oh, I think that I would agree with that.
Of all time, end to
100%.
end.
Yep.
I think he's the best all-around hockey player in every sense. Off the ice, leadership ability, defensive play, down low, below the hash marks, below the ringette line, whatever, neutral zone, IQ, so smart. Some of the plays he makes off the ice that you don't, he's 100 feet away from the puck, but he does the right thing. Just so.
Well, you hear a lot of people say about Sid is like he's the best grinder ever. Like like you said, below the circles and below the goal line, he's the best to ever do it. And it's like it's so cool because like with every other superstar I would say in the NHL, you don't necessarily associate skill with Sid as much as like his work ethic, his vision, like his grinding, his like. Did he ever lose a one-on-one battle?
I haven't seen
Like
it
it's
yet.
incredible, right? So it's like those. I think that's what makes Sid. And what Sid does is, I think anybody who played hockey can relate to. It's like not
Really?
everybody can go down there and dangle, but everybody can try to work their ass off.
Yeah.
Like everybody can go in the corner and try to win a stick battle, like try to. But like when you see McDavid stuff, it's like, man, we can't do that.
Well, that's the thing. McDavid's good for the NHL because if you don't have to be a hockey fan to love
No,
McDavid.
he's must watch.
Because you're like, oh, look what he just did. That's sick. I'm a fan of hockey. But I'm a fan of Sid because of the things that he does away from the puck.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not the everyday hockey fan that likes that stuff. It's like, what did he do? He wasn't even near the puck, but you and I all saw him switch on a guy in a corner and get a puck backdoor from Malkin as he got the puck right here and somehow got it topped. You're like, how did he? He wasn't even. He just changed, and
his
now
deflections, like you just said there, like how his deflections close to the net is something he doesn't get enough credit for either.
And you also have to talk about like the basketball hockey debate. Basketball, you need 1 or 2 guys to win a championship. Hockey, you need you need a whole team. You need everything.
You need your depth, guys.
You need your depth.
That's what wins you. Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I mean? And if Sid's able to adapt to his line mates, everyone on the team, you win championships, gold medals, World Juniors, President's Cup.
He won everything.
Didn't he win with the Subways? They went to Telus
They
Cup.
went to the Telus Cup. Yeah.
Air Canada Cup.
Air Canada Cup.
Yeah.
You know, it just at every level just knows how to play with other players, and that's tough.
Yeah. The thing about McDavid, every time when I watch him, I laugh, man, because you remember in Pee Wee, we had guys like Steve Anthony and Devin McCausland, and they'd get the puck, and you'd know that the team was looking to get them the puck. The Oilers are the exact same, dude. That you look and you're like, the guy's like got 2 options here, but he's like, McDavid's picking up speed. I'm just going to hold it, give it to him, and he does. He can go down end to end, but I think that's harder to play with because, like, what are you going to do? Drop the puck back to guys that are slower than you?
Well,
no, you're not. You're going to carry it, right?
But that's
Sid's
the issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? But Sid's easier in the sense to play with and make you better because he's in there getting the puck. And not that McDavid isn't, but Sid's creating his own space and space for everybody else, right? And he's just in there fighting for it instead of just going end to end and making a scoring chance, and then you get a rebound from it, right? It's just different styles.
When you're a superstar and you can go get the puck and distribute to your teammates, other than being one of those guys that just really relies on guys getting the puck, and then you're going to do the damage when you have the puck. But when Sid goes and gets the puck, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
like you see that with the Leafs when Matthews is on his game. When that guy goes in the corner and actually makes a check and gets the puck, it's a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if McDavid necessarily does that as much as. Well, I know he doesn't do as much as Sid.
Yeah.
Facts.
But that's a very good point because that is true. Like especially in that power play, like even though that power play is like the best in NHL history, but it's you're not going to see an Oiler power play goal without Draisaitl or McDavid having the primary assist or the goal.
It's fun to watch, or at least in the highlights in the morning. I don't stay out that late to watch the Edmonton,
That's what
but
sucks, man. I wish they're on the East.
But they're fun to watch for sure.
They're very fun to watch, and I'd love to see a Leafs Oilers final, but I wish we could watch them a lot more, except for Hockey Night in Canada. Like, it'd be so sick.
Yeah.
But no, McDavid's a special player. Draisaitl was good. I don't know why they can't win.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's funny too,
we can all sit here and debate, but it's.
Well, we were talking earlier about how quick time goes by. It's like these dudes have been in the league now for like what, 7, 8 years now. It's like it's so quick how time goes by.
Does McDavid ride it out and not win any cups in Edmonton?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he leave. Like, I think he signs his next contract in Edmonton.
No way.
McDavid doesn't strike me as the type of guy. Like, to me, I think it would kill him not to leave and not win a cup. Unless he was chasing the cup at like 35, 36, 37.
There's no way.
I get a different vibe from McDavid than I do Matthews. I could see Matthews signing 3 or 4 years in Toronto, playing it out. If it doesn't work, even if it does work, I'm going down to California. But I just feel like McDavid, like...
needs to win a cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I misunderstood.
But like I said, if he doesn't have one at like 34, 35, then yeah, I could see him chasing one for like maybe the last 2 or 3 years of his career.
I think if he doesn't have one in the next 2 years...
Well, I definitely think he's doing a 7 or 8 year contract with. How old's the guy now?
Beats me, buddy.
That's what I'm saying. It's so hard.
I'd say
27, 28.
27.
Sometimes when they say like, "Oh, in his 9th year of the league," I'm like, "What?"
I know.
How?
Well, how is Sid as old as he is?
26.
Yeah. So I mean, that would take him to. Yeah, maybe you'd sign an 8 year deal, and maybe if the team's no good in the last 2 years, it's like you demand a trade or something. But I think he's definitely re-upped in
Edmonton.
Yeah, I think he just wants. I think for him, he has to win there. He has to win there. Where Matthews, I don't think Matthews...
He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I think he wants to win, don't get me wrong. But I don't think at the end of the day, it's like... He'll kill him if he doesn't win a cup for the Leafs. I think McDavid, there was just so much cast on that kid. Like
Canadian boy, too.
I didn't want to say it,
good
but...
point. Those things do factor in, like they do.
They do. Look at Calgary. All the Americans want notes, like this offseason and all that stuff. Like, yeah, 100%. Like, that's actually me and my buddy were talking about this the other day. Like, if you're the Winnipeg Jets, we were talking when Winnipeg made the trade, the Dubois trade. And I was like, if you're Winnipeg and you're trading for prospects, that's one thing. But if you're trading for young players, you have to get guys that you know are going to re-sign there. Because Winnipeg's just one of those cities, once your contract's up and you're a UFA, it's like, I'm out. Like, I'm not living in Winnipeg in the winter. Same with Ottawa. Like, how many guys from Ottawa have been like, I'm done. I'm out. Right? So it's like, those teams have to find guys that And I mean, it's going to have to be Canadian boys most of the time that are going to want to re-up in that city. I mean, I went to Ottawa for a Leafs game a couple of years ago before COVID, and like the rink's like 20 minutes away from the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like across the highway is like a community, and then here's the rink in a big parking lot.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, doesn't have that whole vibe to it where it's like in the downtown core, nightlife and all that stuff. So yeah, those two cities in particular, it's like you have to find guys that want to stay there.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a big thing, and I don't know if it's going to be kids from California that want to play in Winnipeg. Right? So, or Arizona.
I don't know how the NHL works from the behind the scenes aspect. I don't. I really, there's another world I think that none of us will ever get to experience. We can sit here in this basement and chat about it, but at the end of the day, who really knows? Who really knows? Just to be in the NHL, some guys don't care if they're playing in Ottawa. Some guys don't care if they're in St. Louis. It's just, I want to be in the NHL and I want to play.
Well, I think the difference is now these guys know when they're like 17 years old. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the show. Like, I'm going to be making money.
I was at the gym the other day. I was sitting in the sauna and I was talking to one of my buddies, and we were talking about Brennan Saunier
Oh, good for him, dude.
signing in Ottawa. And I thought about that, like we started talking about the Nova Scotia Showdown and how special it would be if he got to get into that game. You know, like obviously you've made the team, great, but the Nova Scotia Showdown is still preseason. And it's called the Nova Scotia Showdown. And I know that the assistant GM for Ottawa is Ryan Bonus, friend of the show, Nova Scotian, Rick's son. And you just think, how special would that be for Sons to have that jersey, an NHL jersey in Halifax, where he grew up, to play against his idol, Sid, in his backyard?
Well,
how special would that be?
There's absolutely no reason for Ottawa not to dress him.
Well, yeah, there is, man.
What would be?
You know,
is this late? This can't be a late preseason game.
Yeah, it is. It's like
Is
in
it?
October. It's like October 2nd, I'm pretty sure.
Really? It's that late in the year?
Yeah, like when Batherson came on, he's like, yeah, it's one of the last preseason games.
Oh,
like
wow.
he's like, the team's pretty much going to be ready to go.
See, I thought
So
it'd be like
it's-
one of the early ones. The teams get to go back home.
No.
Yeah, well, in that case there, because I just thought if you had any ties to the Maritimes,
But
period.
that's the thing. And, you know, you got guys like Highmore there, too. You know, I'm sure I'm missing a couple other. Like, obviously, like, Graves will be there for Pittsburgh. Sid, obviously, Batherson will be there. But you can even go like Sokolov, the Russian friend of the show
that's
that
right.
played for Cape Breton.
Any sort of tie at all.
Who's the other guy? The for Ottawa, played for LA last year from PEI.
McEwen?
He's in Ottawa.
Oh, is he in Ottawa now?
You know, so there's you just hope with the name the Nova Scotia Showdown.
Yeah.
You just hope it's a Nova Scotia Showdown. You hope the NHL loosens its grips a little bit and just let the boys play.
Yeah, I hope
in Halifax.
I know the Leafs, when they have their final 2 preseason games a year, the last one will be the boys, or the second last one will be the boys play, and then the last one will be like pretty much the American Hockey League team. So hopefully they do find a way to get as much maritime flavor in that game as possible.
Yeah.
You guys go to the game?
Yeah, we got tickets.
Oh, did you guys do Moosehead thing again this year?
No. Why? Is there any benefit from it?
Well, you got your first dibs on the Sid game too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I was talking to what's his name? Remember Travis, our old hockey coach?
Travis.
Bald head.
Yeah, Lindsay. I'm pretty sure.
That's his last name?
I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember the last name. I ran into him the other day at the liquor store. I was talking to him for a little bit. Yeah, and he told me if you had season tickets this year, you got first dibs. Kind of like the World Junior scenario.
No, I waited here like every other chump and just kept clicking refresh and just pulled the trigger. First tickets I found.
Where'd you get them at? How far up?
Ticketmaster. No, we're 3 rows up from the boards.
Oh well, yeah, that's
no,
awesome.
I'm not complaining. I'm
that's
psyched.
good.
I just like I said, I want a little Nova Scotia flavor in there.
Oh, yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
No, there has to be. There has to be. Well,
And there's strings. That's what that's what I say. I don't know how the NHL works behind the scenes. I don't know, but I hope favors are done. I hope there's things that. I just hope that things go.
And this is a good sign because, I mean, if it is this late in the preseason, hopefully you can figure a way to get as many Maritime boys in there. But if not, I mean, at least the roster would be pretty good roster.
Oh, it's going to be a great roster.
Yeah.
Ottawa's a great team, man. They have some really good. Who's the guy they just got from St. Louis there? Oh, man.
Oh, Tarasenko?
Yeah, Tarasenko's there, too.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna see Giroux. You're gonna see some really good players.
Yeah, no, they got a lot of young guys too that were just
Brady
on World Junior
Tkachuk,
teams.
Batherson.
Yeah,
man.
Just to name a few.
Norris.
He's the real deal.
Yeah, Shabbat,
the guy they just got from Arizona. Oh man, what's his name? He's a great big defenseman. Chikrin.
Oh, that's right. I kept
Man,
honestly.
Ottawa's not.
Dude, Ottawa gets goaltending this year. Like, they might be like legit half decent. What is it?
Full disclosure, because I know you and I shared the Leafs thing, but I genuinely like watching Ottawa.
I don't hate Ottawa. I hate Montreal.
No, me too. That's how I feel.
Ottawa.
Okay, thank you. Good. That's how I feel.
I feel bad for Ottawa. I feel like they've had such bad luck over the year. Like, one goal away from winning the cup finals. The whole dressing room all of a sudden hates one another. They have to blow it up. Like,
I like watching them.
So do I. I think they're very... Dude, you give me a team that's going to win or lose 6-4, 6-3, 5. I'm watching them.
They fight every time. Like, usually if the Leafs are blacked out, TSN showing Ottawa.
Well, we get all the Ottawa games here.
Pisses me off, but whatever.
Brady Tkachuk is like one of my favorite players in the NHL.
I got a picture with him up in Vancouver.
That was so funny.
Great guy.
Yeah, I think, didn't you post it or something?
Dudes and I were sitting at Starbucks. So I'm sitting here, you're dudes. Kachuk's coming this way, and dudes goes, I think that's Brady Tkachuk coming. I go, okay, let's do something. So he was running because like the crosswalk was like 10, 9. He was trying to beat it. And I was like, no, I'm not letting that happen. Brady, let's get a photo. Put my arm around him. And then he missed the light, but I don't think he was that pissed off.
Oh, no, he seems like such a cool dude.
He was a great guy.
Like, what was a couple playoffs ago? Like, he would just get hammered.
For his brother.
Yeah, when he was in Calgary.
Yeah,
that's right. He said he wouldn't do it now because in the same division.
Yeah, because he played at Boston University with Bowers.
Did he?
Yeah, and they were teammates, and they were good. He said he was a great guy.
Oh, I see your Halifax kid today signed with Colorado.
Steiny.
Steiny. That's crazy. Good for him, man. So we were at that draft up in Vancouver, 2019, our first ever business trip. And dudes and I were just getting, what was it, third round?
Yep, I think it was a very early third round because we were getting ready to pack up.
We were starving, and we both had like $20 on us. And we're like, what could we get for $20? Okay, Subway, let's go. So we're packing up, and the next thing you know, you hear Colorado from Halifax. Dude, Steinberg. And we're like, get the camera. There he is.
We can't miss this one.
All of a sudden, you're not thinking of Subway. You're thinking, all right, what's his number? So we're texting our buddies from Halifax. Does anyone have Steiny's number? Anyone, the dad or the son? Anyone? Can we get a hold of him? And then eventually, I don't know whose number, or we might have DM'd him. I don't know how we got a hold of him. And then eventually, like, hey, man, can you come do an interview with us? Because we didn't get media passes to go in the ring, so we had to go.
That's what I figured.
We were fans.
Yeah,
that's what I figured.
So we're like, hey, can we get an interview with you? And he goes, yeah, like I'm just in the media booth, like let's just do it here. I'm like, no, we didn't get in. So we made him. This is why I love the guy. So in the middle of his draft, like he's getting photos with everyone, getting interviews, media. Steiny goes, no, the local boys are outside. I'm going outside. So he has his Colorado jersey on his hat. He opens this door to the side of Rogers Arena. Looking around, we're like, Steiny, we're right here, and he like has to like hop a fence. Like his whole family comes with him, and he just came out just to get an interview with like a couple local boys, and it's just like that's how you know.
That's it.
That's how you know.
That would have been a tough look for the boys if you guys pack up and missed the Halifax guy getting drafted. Two guys probably from only guys from Halifax in that building other than family.
And there was a couple guys. I'm not going to mention some names that we knew, and they didn't come outside for an interview. And to this day, we will never forget that. So. The fact that Steiny came out, gave us, a couple minutes of his time, he's okay in my books for the rest of my life.
Maybe get a little number hanging from one of these rafters.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because while you were telling the story, which fantastic visual of the story because that is exactly how it went down. He was one of the only guys that actually gave us the time. And I know like it's a busy time for us, but to take the 10 minutes that it took just to come out and get a picture with us. And honestly, and we weren't really that solidified really in the world yet, right? We were just a couple guys that like to do this shit.
I don't even think it was High Button Sports then. Just High Button.
Yeah, exactly. So
we had H and a B.
That stuff goes a long way, man. Especially in this business, like for him to give us the time, like just the picture alone is able. First of all, we get to post it today, but just like it's a little bit cloak, but at the end of the day, it just gives you some credibility, right? Like, oh, okay, maybe these guys aren't complete idiots, right?
No, and like I mean that's a good Maritime boy too, right?
True.
It was dad,
Yeah, well,
his dad's gonna set him straight. He's like, no, the Maritime boys are outside. You're going outside.
Actually, I seen a picture. I was reading the article of him getting signed. I seen a picture of him fighting in the American Hockey League, and it kind of was like, wow, really? I didn't know he was.
Yeah, he got called up at the end of Cornell's season last year. But then I was like,
well, his old man, like, wouldn't surprise me actually that he probably got a little tough.
Oh yeah, so Trev.
Yeah, I remember just being as a kid going to the St. Mary camps and like, when he came on the ice instead of the players, it was just like a totally different. And I'm not saying he was like, in your face, like, you know, rah, rah, rah. It was just he was a big dude, man. And like when he came on the ice, it was like, oh shit, here's the big guy.
I remember practicing with the Max at the Civic, and Smew would be on at the Forum, and you know that Zamboni door that opens. You would hear,
Oh, no doubt.
You would hear Trevor over Kirk. You would hear Trevor, and you're like, man, I don't know if the AUS is for me. I'm gonna stay in midget as long as I can.
Yeah, I don't know.
You see over there like Jared Grant playing for Smew, just getting fucking bagged. You're just like, man.
Practices were crazy too.
And you looked at I remember because after the Max practice, we would practice at the same time. And after our practice, sometimes we'd have to walk by the Forum, and you would see the ice, how chopped up it was. And you're just like, man, that's like a pro level skate right there. There's snow everywhere.
Oh, I
Like,
say it all the time. Like, if you just love hockey for the sport itself, that's the best hockey to go watch around here. Like, AUS hockey is just off the charts good. Like, it's physical. Like, it's like that separates more than anything around. It's still really physical hockey.
Oh my god,
Especially the AUS conference. Like, it's awesome hockey.
yeah.
They just don't have, like, you know, the big rink, the jumbotron, all that stuff. But no, if you truly just love hockey, like, that's where weekends.
Yeah,
It's unreal.
I have a great time watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable hockey.
Yeah, but congrats to Steiny.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well done, man. That's awesome.
Well
Well
love it.
deserved.
A lot of local kids getting drafted and making a name for themselves. It's really good to see.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not like it used to be like 10, 15 years ago when we were playing hockey, where it was like you just had like Sid, like Steven
Barely,
Dixon. Like, yeah, exactly, right? Like, it wasn't like it is now.
Yeah,
So it's good.
times have changed.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
Yeah.
It's nice to see.
Prediction for Jay's postseason.
You keep saying postseason, and we keep trying to tell you postseason's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Playoff.
Exactly.
Can he win a game?
I don't know. Like, I hope to God, like, it's just one of those things, if they get it, where it's just like, okay, it's a new season, everybody can hit the ball again, except for just Bo. Like, that team can't hit a base. It's terrible to watch. Like, some games are so frustrating to watch.
Bases loaded all the time.
Oh, dude, runners in score position, you might as well just turn the channel because you know nothing's going to happen. Unless Biggio's getting plunked on the toe or something.
What's he doing down in Buffalo right now?
Rehabbing.
Yeah.
But he's going to start not tonight, tomorrow for the Jays.
Didn't he? He had like 2 homers last night in Buffalo.
Home run and a double, but he got, well, I shouldn't say a double, he got thrown out.
Got thrown out?
Trying to push it to 2. Well, he sat there for a second because
Oh, I thought you meant like tossed.
No, when I watched the highlight, I think he thought it was gone because I watched his reaction. It's like, oh, get out. He had 2 home runs. But no, he got thrown out at second, hit the wall. But no, I mean, hopefully the bullpens, I love the bullpen. I think the starting pitchers, like,
Top notch.
yeah, I mean, hopefully if Kikuchi and Barrios stay the way they're staying, it's like, okay, the staff is going to be really good come playoffs, even without Manoa. But yeah, they just can't hit. Like, they can't hit. I don't get it. Like, Vlad, I don't know what happened to him, man.
Everybody has off seasons.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's, to me, for being such a disciplined hitter and then all of a sudden now chasing so many wild pitches, it's just like,
I do want to know the other thing too that I think just from playing ball is when your team's struggling to score runs, you get out of your
Yes.
regular mind state and your regular mindset of what pitch you're trying to hit, what zone you're looking for. Now all of a sudden you have guys in scoring position and you haven't cashed in runners
You're
in
gonna
3
be the
games.
hero.
You're just going hacking, man.
That's right.
Your mindset's going hit it, man. Just hit anywhere. Just
Yeah.
hit it. Instead of going, I'm looking for that fastball, bell time, looking for that mistake. You know, maybe look early in the count because he's trying to get ahead. That type of stuff is it just completely, all those things that you've trained yourself to do are just, and listen, I'm not anywhere near a major league player, but all that stuff just exits your head.
Yeah.
And you're trying to, you do too much. And ball's not a sport where like hockey where you can go extra hard and you can
Let
channel
team
that
compete.
energy and stuff like that. Ball's like, you may not get another opportunity like
Yeah.
this. Like you may not get another ground ball after an air. You may not get another runner in scoring position. So now you're Vladdy. You're supposed to be the king
Right.
of the area. Now you can't hit runners in, so now you're trying everything, right? So that's what I think it is.
and it's
It's
tough.
you got to be calm, you got to be relaxed, you got to be focused on the same things that make you successful in ball. And if you deviate from that, you're screwed.
well, hopefully now with Bo coming back, maybe takes a little pressure off him and maybe this
Yeah,
get some, because yeah, man, if this team had the offense that they did last year, I would say they would be like one of the top favorites to win the World Series. And now we're like, what, 2 months, month and a half out, we don't even know if there's going to be a playoff team.
Man.
stressing belly
Well,
out.
it's tough for Belanger because when you're just a playoff guy, you want the Jays in there.
I'm a compete guy. I don't care if it's a game on a Tuesday. I just want to see.
No, but you're not going to
competitive
watch a
nature.
Tuesday baseball game.
Yeah, well,
But you want to watch
if there was a fight the night before, and I know that they're playing on Tuesday, it's like I'm
that's
gonna watch
totally
that.
different.
There's a
But
fight.
come October, when you're like, okay, playoff baseball, have a beer tonight, watch some playoff baseball, you would prefer the Jays to be involved in it than
Yeah.
not.
I got a jersey upstairs. I'd
Who's
wear the
on it?
jersey. Guerrero Jr.
That's mine too. Oh, dude, when I was in Pittsburgh, like I don't know. I'd say at least 35%, 40% was all Jays fans. I didn't realize how close.
I
Yeah.
heard that.
it was.
I heard that ballpark's beautiful.
It is.
It's like it's unbelievable. Like
PNC Park.
PNC Park, and it's one of those things where it's like people all say how great it is, and then you go and experience something. It's like it's okay. That lived up to all the expectations. Like that place is incredible. Beer line, the way they do beer there, phenomenal.
There's 1,000 spots for it.
Thousands fridges where you just walk up, take a beer at the fridge, put it on the weight thing, and you gotta use debit or a credit card there though. That's what. But yeah, like they have it's unreal ballpark.
Wow.
But yeah, every Jays fan, it was. I mean, it was all Guerrero or Bichette jerseys. It was hilarious.
Jays fans show out, man. What's the other?
Everywhere. Seattle, Minnesota, Detroit, anywhere you get like a bordering state in Canada. Yeah, it's the Jays fans show out. You're right.
Canada loves sports.
Oh.
We
They love their
it.
teams. Yeah, like that's what makes the Jays and Raptors so cool. It's like it's Canada's team.
Yeah.
Where hockey will, we'll fight with one another over our teams.
I had this conversation
Civil
the other
War.
day with someone about Toronto. It's like Toronto. How much time are we at?
Hour 3 minutes.
Man, are we? What are you doing? You're good?
Yeah, we're good.
You sure?
Oh,
What
yeah.
time are you good for?
Buddy, this is my Friday night, man. That's how I like to spend it.
It is Friday night, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just got 6 Corona in the fridge.
Man, I'm sorry about that. That's
About
my
what?
not having beer here for you. That's my fault.
Oh,
I dropped
my-
the ball big time.
Next time I'll bring the beer. It's fine.
I apologize. It's my head's in outer space. So when we had this conversation, it was like a debate about Toronto being a sports city. It's like, yeah, they got the Jays, they got the Raptors, they got the Leafs, they got the whatever Argonauts, and I had to disagree a little bit. I just don't think of Toronto as a sports city. I think of a finance city, money. I'd think of it a little bit more as a sports city if they won. When I think of a sports city, I think of Boston.
Well, minus the Leafs, just because the Leafs are just the anomaly. I think you're accurate because I think the attendance for those teams when they're not doing well shows compared to when they are doing well. Like the Jays are now in a playoff race, and I think the other night against Philly they had like 41,000 or something like that. But it's like if they weren't in the playoff race on a Tuesday night, they'd be lucky to have 15,000 in there. So when you're a diehard city, you're going to support your team. But I agree with that.
I think it's a hockey city.
That's different. Yeah, that's why I say.
I don't think it's a
Take away the
sports
Leafs.
city.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
like let's see the Raptors' attendance here in the next couple of years. Now that this whole little, Cinderella thing's over with, the championship, all that's
Yeah.
done with now. Now they're probably going to be, not as good for the next couple of years. And you'll see the building; there'll be empty seats, not like it used to be.
Like when we went to Boston, we sat next to a guy in the bar. He's like, "Yeah, I got season
Totally
tickets to the
yes.
Red Sox, to the
Yep.
Bruins, to the Celtics, to the Patriots." You just like, okay, this guy doesn't do anything but sports.
Yeah.
And when you're in Toronto, it's Leafs.
Well, dude,
It's
the
That's
Red
it.
Sox haven't been good in how long? Like 3 or 4 years, and there was not an empty seat in that ballpark.
yeah, it's a sports.
Doesn't matter.
city.
It could be a Wednesday night. It could be raining, and it's like they just show. Yeah, that's exact. Them and Philly are my 2 cities where it's like, I just associate those 2 cities with sports more than anything else. Like they just die and live and breathe their sports.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. But
We'll
yeah,
go to New York. Are you saying, is that kind of like,
No, see, New York.
that's Toronto, same thing for you?
Yeah, there's too much finance. There's too many like
Other shit.
too many
arts.
teams too. It's like
Yeah, too
you
many
got teams
boroughs
going against each other. What is it? How many? 5? What is every borough?
I don't know.
Too many.
New York's playing New York tonight.
You know,
Down the road from each other.
New York, and fucking hockey and basketball. Well, I guess they call it Brooklyn and basketball. But yeah, I don't like. I mean,
Yeah.
the stupid football teams. They don't even. They just put the NFL logo because they share a stadium.
yeah, see, that's
It's
no-
like I
Everybody
don't-
have fun.
Yeah, but I'm with you on that. I don't find I find big cities like that in Toronto. They're quiet crowds too. Like they're not like in your face. Let's get the boys.
That's
going.
terrible.
Yeah, they sit on their hands until you have to make them cheer. Where other cities they don't care. They're just here to party.
yeah,
It's like the World Juniors here.
yeah,
Before the game and everything. No, everybody's just here for a good time.
yeah. People are there before Canada cheering on Sweden against
Latvia.
USA. Latvia,
Dude,
like
that 12:30 Austria relegation game that had like 8,000 people there.
oh, juiced.
Boys were hungover from the night before, man. Like guys are getting up at like 11 o'clock.
I just
trying to
wish
get
my
down
life. I
there.
just wish I could live my life every day in the World Juniors 3 weeks.
In the bubble.
I can't express to people enough because you saying it there just made me. That's what it was.
I don't wanna
If you
live
could
another
capture that
life.
2.5 weeks or whatever it was, and just like bubble it up.
Man,
Like it's so sick. It was so fun.
so happy I got to
It was-
experience
it was
that.
a dream.
dude. So Czechia's in like 5 years.
Yeah, their Helenka team.
Oh, dude, you watch that tournament this year?
Oh,
They were
yeah.
nasty.
We
So I
were
was
watching it on the
talking-
golf course. We're
Yeah,
addicted.
yeah, we were.
Yeah, I love that tournament too.
Yeah.
Like I love that tournament. We were talking to an old couple, and they had named our cities and years on the back of their Canada jersey, and I just was like, "Hey, like, you go to all those tournaments? Like, yeah. I was like, that would be my thing. I want to go to a tournament in Europe just because there's like 2,500 Canadian fans. Right? It'd be so cool. And he was saying Czech Republic is the best spot. He goes, everything is dirt cheap because apparently they have their own currency. They're not on the euro.
Yeah, that's all he knows.
So he was like, beer was like, he said beer is like $1 a beer at the game. Yeah.
Get a hot dog for €1.
That's right.
God.
Yeah.
He goes, I go over with like 3 or 4 extra suitcases because closing over there.
Fairview prices.
Yeah. So it's like, he goes, I'm telling you, buddy. He goes, if you want to do a trip to do the World Juniors, do Czech Republic. Czech Republic's in 5 years. Get the high button over there in Czech Republic.
I like that.
I'm telling you right now.
I went
because I got my buddy and we're already like.
You guys are invested?
We're going to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
So you got to start booking out the trip because I'm going to do it with that tour company. Because they look after everything for you. Like, here's your hotels, here's your tickets, here's like what you can do on days off. Although I'm not doing fucking trips on days off, like.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I want them to take care of all that.
I'd love to do something like that. That'd be great. Bro, I went to Prague for a lacrosse tournament. Best,
really?
One of the best, like second best tournament behind the Quebec PB tournament I went to. Just because the tournament was good, but the city.
Yeah.
Especially at the age you were at too.
That's what I was just going to say. If we were a little older in Quebec City,
Yeah.
like we probably would have
wouldn't have
enjoyed
been
that a
good.
lot more. I mean, you have the Fairview boys. That could have been ugly.
It was already not good.
What was the question we had about the toe cap?
Oh, in provincials at
Jacqueline?
No. I'm interested to know where that's going, but
what you think? Okay.
No, listen.
Okay.
We hosted Bantam Provincials at Centennial, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what year it was. This is ages ago now. And you and I were on the same line. I'm not sure if you were. I can't really remember that much, but
I remember.
There
I was just on the bench.
Solos hit the point.
Yes.
Solos took the point shot. It hit your skate, which we didn't know what it hit. Your toe cap came off.
Yeah.
It landed in the crease. You and I were both in the crease. Yeah, that's right. I was in the crease. And we banged it home. The two of us. We did. I know that for sure. We didn't care who scored. And we start celebrating. We're hugging each other. We're pumped. Look at Coleman. We're celebrating. I think it was against Churro, who had like Matt Brown and stuff. So we were like, this is like a big game, right? And we banged the toe cap in the net. Look at Coleman.
You guys both celebrate.
We both celebrate. Plays going down the other way. And I remember, was it Pete? He screams like, get going. We're like,
we scored. He's coming to the bench to celebrate.
Like you said, I remember like Solos took a shot and it hit me in the foot. And I knew it hit me in the foot, obviously. But I see a black thing sitting right there. And I'm like, naturally, I think it's a puck. So I just remember me and Dooley going for it. And one of us banged it home. And I vividly remember like in the corner where like the figure skaters thing used to be.
Yeah.
We were over there just celebrating, hugging. And like, yeah, then I look at my corner, I was like, what the hell? Like,
where's everybody else?
well, yeah, why is the puck going, why is the play going down?
Why is my
Yikes.
toe so cold?
Well, then I forget how a whistle went. And I was like so baffled, and I looked down and I could see my toes even on my skate. And I was so confused because for the longest time. And then we clued in, we did score.
Yeah. We were down. I do remember sitting down in the corner now hugging.
Yeah.
Because you know when you score and then you turn to
wait for
get
everybody to
everybody
come
else
in.
and no one was coming, we're going.
Well, that was so
Okay.
baffling. I was like, well, why is everybody going this way now? And it took me a second. Like, I had no clue.
You forgot the rules of the game. Like, okay, the puck goes in. That's a goal. Yeah.
Well,
That's
like,
right.
did everybody miss it? Did they not see? Like, 'cause, you know, when I'm on your hockey, like, you bang one in very quick and maybe the goalie pulls it out, like the ref's not paying attention. But I was so bad. But I remember looking at my toes hanging out the end of my skates. At that point there, I still didn't clue in that we shot the toe.
No, not until years later.
I remember I was on the bench when it happened, and it was not obvious at the beginning because when you guys celebrated, the puck was in the corner.
That's right.
So everyone was like going the other way, and you guys were your heads were down because
Do the dirty work, bud.
because you guys were jamming.
That's what we did.
But to everyone else, it was like, what are they doing? 'Cause the puck's
so
over
you guys
there.
didn't. I never thought of it from the.
What are they doing?
I never thought of it from the bench's perspective, dude. I never thought of that in my life.
No, 'cause,
So you
yeah.
guys never thought. So me and you were the only ones
No,
in the building.
two idiots, yeah.
It was
that.
because it was a scrum, so like the goalie was there.
I will say, I do remember when we banged in, there was one kid on their team who like dove in the net and tried to like hit it out before the puck did cross the
Yeah.
line. So there was 3 of us.
that kid must have just hit it to the corner.
Well, no, you're right, because the puck obviously hit my skate went somewhere, so the puck probably did go to the corner.
Well, no one on the bench knew what you were until you came, and you're
And I
like,
will
where's my
say-
toe cap? And then everyone clued in.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought.
Shout out to Blair Trenholm for
Yeah.
he put that skate back together with hockey tape.
Oh, you still used it.
Dude, it was provincials, and after
Yeah.
that there was one more thing after that, so I
Tournament
couldn't just
champions.
get new skates.
What a warrior.
Did we win? Or no, I think we
Man,
lost.
did you not wear like Jordan skates for the rest of the tournament or something?
No, I wore them. We
You just taped the toe back on.
yeah. What we did was Blair taped it on with like shin pad tape. I went and finished the game, and it was fine. Like it didn't bother anything. And then we put like the glue gun, and we put as much as possible. And yeah, Blair just put the shin pad tape to it, and I finished that season with that skate. Well, you can't get new skates with like 3 games left in the year. Like, we don't have the equipment to break them in, right?
In order we have the money to buy new skates like that.
And we weren't just going to be able to run out and have like 2. So we were like, yeah, there's no other. But yeah, I guess that probably would have been the backup plan, is I probably would have just taken Jordan's worst case scenario.
Because he was 11 and 6'4" already,
Yeah,
so.
which would have been, he probably had bigger feet than me, so I would have ended up. But yeah, I did use. Yeah, I forgot all about that. I know the story, but that's hilarious because I completely forgot it was Doodle I was celebrating with. And I completely never thought of the bench's perspective.
No, anybody's.
Like, yeah. So like, I can only imagine like, what the hell are those two doing? Like, what are they doing?
Well, everyone was pissed at you because you weren't back checking. That's what I like. Just because we didn't know what was going on. We're like, what are they doing?
And Matt Brown's going down the ice, and you're going.
Oh man, that guy was so good. He was just so quick and big.
He was fast. Yeah.
He used those stupid coho sticks they were wooden, but like Steve, they used to like the fiberglass and stuff like that. And I just remember them always burning me that same stick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I guess when we played, we were the first boys that really had the transition from wood to composite at an age where you still could actually
yellow
shoot
TPS came out. You're like, man, what?
Yeah,
that
like the old
down there?
Synergy and stuff.
The guy, no one on our team had it, but like the other team,
leave
played
it
Bedford.
to,
The whole fucking crew had it
3 of
down
them.
there. Yeah,
Leave it to our team.
They got a backup TPS. They got 2 of them.
I only have 1 stick, period.
Well, do you remember when we made out with all the hockey sticks from the Metro Center?
Yeah.
We all, the whole boys looked like we were sponsored by CCM. CCM, bud. We all had blue sticks, the whole team. Blue CCM.
No logos on them, though.
Well, they hid them in the worst spots. They put them.
Yeah, oh yeah, buddy, you don't have to tell me.
You can't have the fear of your kids walking by and see that. That's a lot.
All you had to do was jump or get on a buddy's shoulders.
Someone up.
Yeah, right there.
They had them all in the bundle, so once you had one bundle, everybody had a stick.
Up top.
Yeah, like where the SMU dressing room,
Yeah.
but across the hall, underneath
all those doors,
like right there.
Had them up top.
That's wild.
Yeah, made out with.
And sometimes they'd leave the door open and there'd be no one in there because that's where they sharpen the skates.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you just kind of walk by and there'd be no one down there. So what you do, you'd go in and grab a couple, then just book it over to the ramp.
Yeah.
The ramp to the Civic, but you had to be quick.
And in Art Events now, with the whole Moosehead story taking the sticks, new ownership. This guy's loaded. So we apologize for that situation back in the day. But at the end of the day, you guys just gave like a whole minor hockey team 3 sticks each, so we didn't have to buy sticks for that whole year.
Yeah, he helped us out big time.
Big time help out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we won a
Shout out
championships.
Yeah,
we were like a pro hockey team.
But what I was going to say with Jacqueline, when you said toe cap,
right.
I was thinking bottle cap.
I
remember we were at a hotel and just Doodle being Doodle.
Great.
As soon as Jacqueline, he got a reaction from Jacqueline, it was just game on. Jacqueline's just a nut. And she'll just, you know what she's like. She's a lunatic.
Yeah.
Switch goes off. She's losing. She picked up a can that had a bunch of bottle caps in it. And she whipped it across the room. I don't know if she domed you or not. But I just remember everybody like, oh my God. And that's when, like, because there were some boys that weren't from favor in the room. And we were like, no, like, that's Jacqueline for you, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's not to hurt you, it's to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. So no, that's where I thought you were going with that, is when she whipped it, because I always remember that story. And then I remember Dad was like, Eileen, gotta take her out of here.
She was everywhere, man. She just had energy.
Well, that tournament, Steve and Anthony
punched the glass.
That's right. Went out on her.
Yeah.
We were walking off the. Yeah, so she was up by the bench, like smacking the glass after we won, and so Steve gave like a little shoulder shot against the glass. The whole pane of glass fell out on her.
Remember this?
I do now.
I remember looking over the boards, and all I could see is Jack smushed up against the plexiglass, trapped in. Johnny Fraser had to run across the rink to get the plexiglass off her.
Because we just went on the ice for warm-up, or we were coming off. It was something. We were either going into the room or going onto the ice. And Steve just, boom.
Yeah, just a joke with her, right? Just hit the glass, and the whole thing popped out on her. She was trapped underneath, and I remember looking over because there's no pane of glass. And I was like, holy shit.
Doesn't care, doesn't move the glass, just goes, holy shit.
It was so funny because her hands were like,
yeah.
She would look like how she was hitting the glass. It's like the whole glass just took her. Her hands are up, her face is. All you can see was her eyes moving.
She looked like a cartoon.
That's exactly
like
it.
Her face went
Looney
just flat.
Tunes.
But you're going, I got a job to do. I got to go play hockey. I can't help
working
her.
on my
No, I
wrist.
think we were coming off the ice, so it's one of those things where it's like
I'm
the boys
tired.
started walking by, or like just giving a little side eye, like
She breathing?
that's concrete. I got skates on. I can't.
Yeah.
You can't walk on that stuff, right?
She's all right.
Someone get a medic. That was the
fine.
same tournament I got knocked out in. That was a tough tournament.
Yeah.
Chocolate chip
tournament.
bagel.
Chocolate chip bagel.
I don't remember that. I still, everybody says that
No
chocolate
shit.
chip bagel. But it's like, to me, it's like, that seems like something that would be made. So it doesn't seem like far off. Seems like those are real things.
You were like 3 people ahead of me in the lineup, and I did it was the double take. I was like, what did he ask for?
I remember Andrew Roski telling me afterwards, he looked at me, he's like, you looked at me on the bench, you were like, open ceremony start yet?
We're in the 3rd.
Well, I don't
Championship
remember any
game.
of that stuff, right? None of that stuff. Apparently, I was thrown out for another shift. Like, I don't remember any of that. I just remember snapping out of it in the ambulance on the way to the hospital.
That was a...
Scary
That was,
kinda.
remember, like, for that championship warm-up, was that the game where you just went out and warmed up Tommy? Oh, and we were just sucking on orange peels?
No, that was just a random tournament down in Western Valley that year. Provincials was like in like Greenwood, somewhere's far, man.
Yeah, it was like Middleton.
Yeah,
it was
Middleton.
By, Upper Clemens Park.
Yeah.
See,
So
this,
yeah,
this is why I love what we do with the streaming stuff. Because imagine if we were, how we were, but back then someone streamed and we can just go back and watch.
I wish so
college
much.
Show. We could watch the toe cap go in the net. Like that's
There's
it's
so many
true.
things.
Like
I just wish there was some, like, even with the phones, where like parents had phones and just like taking something, like some of the brawl down in Cape Breton. Was it Cape Breton or Antigonish?
Antigonish.
When Buddy started choking Regis and like in the play and shake line.
That was probably
That
up
was-
until that point the scariest moment of my hockey career.
That was a huge brawl broke out. Like, I wish that was on camp. Well, I think
what league? What?
we were playing
Bam
BAM Play. You were on the team.
Antigonish?
Yeah, we were in an Antigonish tournament, and we were playing against Cape Breton County Islanders.
I love how Dooley knows all this stuff because he's so
And
You should see his shed. He has memorabilia, like newspaper clippings.
I don't know what was said, but I remember this specifically. You were still on the ice. The Roskis and Solos were both gone already. Like, they were already heading out the doors, and they were our by far biggest guys other than you. So it was like me, Spencer Cameron, who was like 3'1". Like Regis wasn't that big. It was all of our small guys. And I remember the brawl breaking out right in front of me, and I'm going,
Oh, this
hockey's not for me, man.
I remember
this is
that.
not for me. And some guy, I don't remember who grabbed. I think I ended up playing junior A with him later on in my career, but he grabbed me, and I thought, this is it. And he just had a friendly ass conversation with me, and I was like, oh, this is how these go. That's
Yeah.
how this goes. But I do remember that, and that's like, even that be on camera.
Oh, that was, well, I remember I got jumped by 2 guys, and I just remember Ian coming over, just Sab being Sab with the stick. Start just laying the lumber, because one guy had me here, and I was trying to fight him. Another guy's over here punching me, and I'm in trouble at this point. And I just see out the corner of my eye, Sab coming up with the stick and just laying one on the guy's shin pads, and that took his attention away from me. And then it was like, okay, because now we can kind of like go one-on-one again. And then I just remember like coaches and like, I don't know, probably parents too. At that
They were
point.
gone too,
Were they gone?
because it was at the end of the line.
So they had to come back out, eh?
Yes.
Oh my god, that would have been awesome if that was on. Like,
Yeah.
like I do wish so many
You
times.
know?
Look back, and I wish that was on film. So many times.
We played so much hockey in Bantam and Pee Wee.
Well,
Not to mention practices.
Right.
Yeah.
So much.
Well, I say to a lot of people too is like, I don't know how it is now. I'm sure it's probably the same. I don't know. Sure, actually, I shouldn't say that. We played from novice all the way to Bantam with like probably the same like 13, 14 guys.
Yep.
Like, we literally grew up together playing on the same teams our whole lives.
Yeah.
It wasn't like there was not much turnover every
It is,
year.
it is like that this right now.
Yeah, so
It
it's
is-
like, and that's what's so cool because like when we played, like none of us, there was no like, no one really had phones or anything, so it wasn't like just your friends were you guys you went to school with.
Yeah.
Like we like knew everybody like hockey and like that's one thing because playing football, it's not the same at all. Like not even remotely close.
It's like next to your different
actually
team,
feel
different
that
guy,
brotherhood too, even when it's a team. You just like you feel like it's a brotherhood. Like you don't have to think twice. If someone suckers him, like I have to go sucker the other guy. I have to go jump. Like you just don't think twice.
Yeah.
Right. In football, there's some guys you might not even talk to for the whole year.
You're like, that guy's on the team?
100% practice. See a guy and you're like,
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
dude. It was the biggest adjustment from playing hockey to going to football. Was that whole point?
Yeah.
You know everybody on the offense, and there's some
tight.
defensive guys. You're like, I don't know who that guy is. I don't know if I've ever seen him.
No,
before.
I would
It's
hate
like 2
that.
weeks into the season.
You're like, I'm not going to war for that guy. I don't know who he
it's
is.
Totally
That's
different,
right.
dude.
That's
It's
right.
totally different. That's why hockey to me is always like just. There's nothing better than hockey. There's just nothing better than hockey.
In hockey, you're risking your body, you're risking your brain, you're risking a lot to win. You got to
frowned
be doing
upon
that
not
for you
to-
got to be doing that for people
Yeah.
you know, not a guy
Well, it's
who's never
frowned upon
met.
not to lay down in front of a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot
Yeah.
coming at you.
Yeah.
So-
but knowing that if you do it, that
gonna
there's
hurt.
20 guys on the bench going, "Atta boy, Coleman,
That's
atta
right.
boy."
Well, that gets the biggest reaction from the bench. The
You
block
know,
shot.
there's
just
Other than
something
a goal,
about that.
there's nothing that gets a bigger
my
reaction from the
favorite.
I guess
boys.
if you do get a touchdown, you're like, sick, but half the guys coming up to you, maybe you don't even know who they are.
No, it's true. Like that was the biggest thing I thought with hockey. And like I said, I don't know who I
Thanks,
was telling
bud.
this the other day. Oh, I forget who I seen. I can't remember. But I said to everybody, like I could not. Might not say a guy for like 3 or 4 years, but if I played hockey with him, it's instantly stop, shut her down, and sitting there talking like 15, 20 minutes. And like there's just nothing like that.
No, it's a brotherhood.
It is.
It's a lot of fun too.
And we all knew each other's parents, and like it was cool. Like the teammates' brothers and sisters on the.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know.
Dude, we lived on the same street.
Yeah, well, I mean, me, you, Tommy, and like Frozzel in the early years. I mean, that was
Right
the
there.
Fairview guys. That's right.
Yeah.
Ground hockey wars.
Yep.
Dude, I got so much shit as a kid, man.
I remember we were.
Why would you say that?
I remember we were.
I just look back on like the middle finger you drew on that hill.
Go
and
on.
Buddy going, hey, wipe that off. But just do it like there's like what a character.
I remember
man.
we were at a hotel somewhere on a road trip, and we were in the basement. It was like me, Solos, Tommy. I don't even know who else was there, but there was another team down there from I don't know where, and they were just roasting us. You know, nice red hair, and maybe Solos had like blonde
Frosted
tips.
tips,
You
yeah.
know, and we're just getting roasted, and I remember all three of us looking at each other like, man, if dudes was here, he'd be roasting them. We got nothing. We had no arsenal, right? So all of a sudden, I don't even know phones if we texted you.
Well, I definitely didn't have a phone, even if you could.
Okay, so then you just randomly showed up then.
someone came and got me. I remember.
He
this.
knew something was going. He smelled
and
it.
I remember you just came and you went down. It wasn't even like a physical thing, but dudes just started roasting these guys. Nice pants. Wear your shoelaces. Why are your pants red? Just, I don't even know what you say. Just dudes doing what he
I
did.
say this to everybody.
And he came down those stairs like a hero. Just he knew what his job was, and he delivered.
I have never in my life met anybody that can just come back at you so quick.
Oh,
It's like I don't even like it's so quick.
Yeah.
Like how you would think of it so quick, and like if someone said something, like the response you would have within like 2 seconds, it's like just like even on the ice, like no one would say something. You would just hear him say something so stupid, and it was just so.
Tommy
funny, man.
hated it.
and you know how
Oh,
kids,
dude,
you know,
I'm sure there's a few people on your teams growing up that were like, "Oh, dude, shut up."
Yeah.
oh yeah.
It was so funny. I loved it. I got
And
the
you know how
biggest kick
kids
out of
are,
it.
right? Like me and so we were just probably just walking to get to our room, and all of a sudden, 3 kids just started picking
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah, had the
God
Halifax
damn it,
Hawks
man.
logo on it.
Yeah.
or something.
Where the fuck is dudes? We need them right
I
now.
come down the stairs like a hero.
Yeah.
Well, you just could tell it was maybe someone did tell you, but you had arsenal. You were ready to go.
I seen with the jaw loosening up, getting ready just
Yeah.
to dish out
Yeah.
the chirps.
That's because, boys, you guys have met my old man now.
That's right.
Okay, you guys get it. Anything that I got for quickness, man, that's how he talked to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like, this hurts. Be like, don't do that then. And I'm like, okay, like, or like, I'd be like, can you get me a bike? He'd be like, get a job. And I'm like, but I'm not old enough to get a job. He's like, no, I guess you can't have a bike. And I'm like, okay, like, so now I'm just taught to be quick. But that's a great story, boys.
Shout
I'm
out to
glad.
Johnny too for always having Newfoundland steak and craft dinner in the house too for the boys at lunchtime at junior high. Shout out to Johnny for having that ready.
I wish I got to experience one of those going over to dudes and just have one of those meals.
I guess every time we do like look at each other, I forget what class we had together or something, and we were like craft dinner Newfoundland steak, and you're like, yeah,
Let's get it, baby. Coronation.
yeah. That's right. We both grew up on coronation.
I got a little bit of it from Tom, but never
Yeah.
from dudes. Weren't allowed in the house.
No, wasn't allowed to have friends over. So really, you just busted.
Well,
me,
that's what
but-
Michelle was for.
Yeah.
That's
she was
what Michelle
awesome.
was for.
Yeah.
Michelle was for like all the guys.
Well,
who
she would just go
there.
down to Dairy Queen and get you food.
Oh, well, she was just like you could just go over there and just like be a meathead, and like as long as you weren't disrespectful, she
Even if
didn't
Tommy
fuck.
wasn't there.
That's right.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
All right, boys, we got to wrap this up here. I wish we can go for another 3 hours.
Yeah. We
Don't worry
could.
about it.
Coleman, do you want to say anything to anyone?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully the Jays get her going. Go Jays, go. Go
Playoff.
Bills.
Go Leafs.
Oh, I can't wait for the Leafs. Can't wait for the Leafs. All right, no, it was fun being on. Happy Doodles was in here this time. Got a beautiful dog, absolutely gorgeous dog.
That
Has
was
he ever been on
right.
camera? It's absolutely
No.
crazy if you haven't showed him before. So if you guys
I
get
don't
a
know
look, the beautiful dog.
Can you show him? Here, go to camera. Go to camera 2. Camera 2. Tell me if you can see
Get him.
There he is.
Hands
Look at him.
Yep. Got him.
What a beauty.
Anyways.
All right.
All right, boys. It was fun though,
All right.
honestly.
All right. We're out. Thanks, everyone listening. We're out. Peace.
Try safe.
I'm sorry if you brought that toe cap, dude.